Hi, my name's Tamsin. It's so great to be with you to speak to you about another quality of inclusiveness. In the world we live in today, there are so many ways we could think about this. There's nature and humans. There might be even conflicts in the form of war, and really in many other senses, political. But today, we're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to talk about inclusiveness within yourself as a leader, as a person, as a human who walks on this earth and enjoys the experience of being present with other people. And that kind of inclusiveness we could think of as being in the head, in the heart, and in the body. How can we be present in these three ways at the same time? When I ask you why you made a decision or what part of your body did you use, we'll often say our head, our kind of psychological aspects of who we are. Sometimes we might say we made a decision based on how we feel in our heart. But actually there's this third center, there's this third pathway, the somatic development pathway, our bodies. This can be less clear to people. How can we be not inclusive with something that we carry around every day? And I guess this idea of carrying it around kind of tells you something about how we see the body. A good example of this separation within us is when we drive our car. Let's say we go from A to B. We get in, we turn on the ignition, and we drive. We get there, and we actually don't really remember how we got there or what happened. We haven't been present and inclusive and engaged with our bodies. We might also think about doing the dishes. You know, you just kind of like drift away completely and are not engaging these three centers of really emotional health and well-being and presence. It may not matter when we're driving our car, although you don't want to have an accident. It may not matter when we're doing the dishes, but does it matter to you when you're relating to other people, how present you are, whether it's your children, your friends, or your organizations? I think on a personal level, we can relate to being present with our children and our friends. On a professional level, we know through the most recent research, even around the COVID pandemic, that we were valuing leaders that were deeply present and deeply connected and deeply rooted. And that is when we are connected to these three centers, we're not only present and listening and fully able to engage, it's really the only way we can start a creative exercise of co-creation with those around us, because we're listening and hearing and responding with these three parts of us. Many people say, well, how do I get more connected in my body? What does it even mean to be more connected in my body? And one way of thinking about it is just to, wherever you are, notice where you're sitting. Notice where your hands are, how you're moving in space. Maybe experience touch. Feel the sense of wind or heat or cool around you. And in time, you might also develop what might be considered a gut instinct, a way of making decisions and taking action that really brings into account the full body that you have. There are plenty of exercises through the Argonauts work I've been doing with them on Wave 2 and through other aspects and dimensions. So you're not alone in connecting these spaces. And when you do, it's going to allow you to bring your full presence in your work and in your home and in your life.